Hey, I never knew that Democrats cared so much about the health of Republicans. But that's the only conclusion that I can come to when I watch mobs of Democrats get between Republicans and their dinner in public restaurants. I mean, when Maxine Waters, the California congressman, first encouraged people to harass Republicans in public places, I foolishly thought that she was being hateful, bigoted, even encouraging the kind of incivility that could lead to violence.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
Ooh. Well, her commands seem to work. I mean, DHS Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen had to leave a restaurant this summer. Mitch McConnell and his wife were yelled at by an unruly mob just this last weekend. It's happened to Senator Ted Cruz and his wife. Even my own daughter was asked to leave the Red Hen restaurant in Lexington, Virginia, because the leftist owner decided to practice the kind of bigoted discrimination that we haven't seen since the attempted lunch counter integration of the 60s. Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi got chased out of a movie theater. And then a University of Mississippi professor urged people to approach Republicans who were dining and stick all 5 fingers in their food. Now, there are parents who are paying big bucks to the state of Mississippi for tuition, room, and board and books so their little darlings can sit in a classroom with someone who gets paid to urge rude, disgusting, and childish behavior toward people who just happen to be politically different. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's not hate or bigotry or petulance after all. It could just be that these folks are not left-wing loons with the manners of a crazed billy goat. Maybe they are genuinely concerned about the health of Republicans, and they have decided to encourage us to eat less and skip dessert. So they show up when Republicans are having a meal to disrupt their dinner with the hope to spare them some unneeded calories. I mean, who knew that Maxine and the meal killers were doing these things to preserve and prolong the lives of Republicans who might be tempted to indulge while eating out? So they've determined to protect us from our palates and our plates by screaming at us and grabbing their doggy bags from the table and throwing them onto the street. So I owe Maxine, the professor at Ole Miss, Michael Moore, and the Antifa thugs a heartfelt thanks for being so interested in my culinary and cardiac well-being. And I have no doubt that they're hoping that I'll live to be 100 and still working hard to defeat their tax-grabbing, spindalooza, no borders and no brains policies that would take America back to double-digit unemployment, massive layoffs, being bullied by pipsqueak countries, and ignoring the rule of law and the results of elections that they don't like. And foolishly, I thought they were just being hateful. But to show I have no hard feelings and that I'd like to reciprocate their goodwill, there's one thing I'd really love to do in the upcoming election. Now, I don't want to disrupt their lunch. I just want to eat their lunch and let American working people keep the crumbs that they got with the economic recovery passed by President Trump.